grade-point average of all graduating seniors in the class of 2024. And the valedictorian is Briana Peltier. And now for the salutatorian. This student has
Next, we have number 1, Briana Peltier. Briana is attending Texas A&M on a full-ride scholarship as a nutrition major on the pre-med track. She will then go to med school to become an ER doctor and dreams of working with Doctors Without Borders in the future. Let's hear about Briana's top educator, Mr. Scott Firdousi.
I picked Mr. Firdousi to be my top cat educator because not only has he been one of my longest teachers, but he taught me how to play percussion, which has been one of my greatest joys throughout high school. My sophomore year, he showed me how to play bass drum, and this year he implemented an indoor drumline program at the high school, which made my senior year so memorable and special because I got to be a part of something so new and amazing. He even went to state this year, which was the first time for indoor drumline in Angleton history to ever get that far. Beyond that, he brought up these leadership qualities in me that I didn't even know I had. I never would have went up for a drum major if he didn't encourage me and give me the confidence that I needed to step more out of my shell and actually try. And more than that, it was so nice knowing that I had a teacher who I could count on to always be in my corner and who I always knew would support me. Having Mr. Firdousi as my teacher made me a more confident and independent person. He made me feel like a leader that could impact the band program that I love so much in a positive way. And now I can take these qualities and lessons that I learned with me wherever I go after high school. Thank you so much, Mr. Firdousi.
Thank you, Mr. Firdousi. When I got the opportunity to present this award, it really wasn't a question of who I should pick. I hope this award reminds you of all the students' lives you have impacted, and I hope it makes all of the countless hours you have worked and sacrificed worth it.
To the journey ahead and to the many summits yet to be reached. Thank you. Allow me to introduce the class of 2024's valedictorian, Briana Peltier.
Good evening, family, friends, teachers, and the class of 2024. Before I begin, we all need to take a moment and say thank you to all the individuals who were instrumental in preparing us and shaping us into not just good students, but good people. I know we are all ready to walk across this stage and accept our diplomas. For people with last names starting with Z, I hope y'all are ready to wait a really, really, really long time and then walk across your stage and accept your diploma. I, for one, am eternally grateful for my mom and dad who showed me that education doesn't stop at 4 p.m. when school comes to an end, but continues to grow with everything we do. And my sister for always being my biggest fan. Thank you to my Nana, who was always happy to drive me everywhere, anytime, and always brought me a snack from Buc-ee's without me even having to ask. I would also like to say thanks to Mama and Papa for always being confident in my potential, as well as my friends, band directors, teachers, and administrators who have given me unconditional support and love throughout my education. However, I would like to give a special thanks to my Aunt Cece. She lived across the street from me from basically my whole life, and I always thought she would be here today on my graduation. But she passed away this summer and went to be with God. Even now, as the 1-year anniversary of her death is a couple months away, I have never fully reconciled with the fact that when I need her, she won't be here. Cece could never be described as an A+ student, and she never went to college. But still, the world was deprived of a million beautiful and wonderful things when she died. No matter what, she was always last to eat, but first to get up to clean afterwards. And I will never stop wishing I could taste her homemade French fries just one more time. She exemplified service. I say this to show that despite the countless STAR tests, MAP tests, grade checks, and competitions that seem to define us so completely at the time, it is your considerate acts and kindness that leave a lasting impression and impact on others long after you're gone. As Coretta Scott King accurately said, the greatness of a community is most accurately measured by the compassionate actions of its members. For those of you who napped for most of history class, and I remember several of y'all actually snoring in U.S. history class, I'll clarify that Coretta Scott King is Martin Luther King Jr.'s wife. So she definitely knows a thing or two about affecting positive change in a community. Over the years, as we matured, we have become an integral part of our small town of Angleton. Not because of our academic performance, not because of our competitiveness in sports, but because of the steps we have taken to go outside of what is expected of us. I see this reflected in the football players who always shake the other team's hands and pray after a game, win or lose, and the marching band who works just as hard as any sports team to support them. I see this reflected in the band, choir, and theater teachers who spend countless hours making those organizations feel like home to their students. I see this reflected in the understanding teachers who connect with their students and teach their classrooms with grace and compassion. I see this reflected in the club presidents, team captains, and student leaders who selflessly sacrifice their time to make our school a better place. I started this speech by conveying my gratitude and would like to end with it too. This year has been unique and memorable, as our senior year should be. From the beginning of the year with senior sunrise and bonfire to prom a couple weeks ago and senior sunset. This year would not have been possible without each and every one of you. So, to all my fellow graduates, thank you. Everything I have said today is the legacy you have left within your community. Be proud of that. Each one of us has achieved different heights during our high school career. But no matter your class rank or how many cords you have, if you have made just one person's day brighter while being a student here at AHS, you have contributed to your community. So you have something to be proud of as you walk across this stage today. Because that's what life is. It's the legacy we leave for those who walk behind. Make sure it's a good one. Congratulations again to all my friends and classmates. Now let's get this started.